moving on. We just got done with the women's tournament bracket, and now we look at the men's bracket. All right, let's see how this looks. So this is the NCAA men's basketball tournament. All right, the Final Four is taking place in Indianapolis. All right, now I don't remember where. It might tell me on ESPN, but I don't remember where all the games are taking place at, though, because, again, just like how there's 4 regions, there's the East region, the West region, the South region, and the Midwest region. And again, let me explain to those who do not know, there's a complete difference between the first 4 and the Final Four. The first 4 is the first 4 games. The Final Four is the Final 4 teams. All right, the first 4 consist of 8 teams who are seated the exact same, playing to reach the round of 64, which is technically the first round. Think of it as like how the NBA does the play-in tournament to fill in the 7th and 8th seed so they can continue on with the playoffs. That's pretty much what the first 4 is. You have UMBC against Howard. Both that are in the, you know what I'm saying, you got University of Maryland, Baltimore County, and Howard University. You know what I'm saying? That's going to be a game to watch. They're both ranked number 16, or they're both seated at number 16, as well as Prairie View A&M and Lehigh, who are seated at number 16. You have Texas and NC State seated at number 11. You have Miami, Ohio against SMU, who are both ranked or seated at number 11 for whatever region they're in. So we are going to look at the East region over here. You are going to, no. Let me stop. Let me back up. So the number 16th seed of UMBC against Howard, the winner of that game will play number 1 seed Michigan in the first round of the round of 64. The number 16th seed Prairie View against Lehigh, the winner of that game will play against number 1 seed Florida in the South region. The number 11th seeded Texas, the tied 11th seeded Texas against NC State. The winner of that matchup is going to move forward to the round of 64 to play the number 6th seed BYU in the West region. And then you have the other 11th seeded Miami, Ohio against SMU. The winner of that matchup will move forward to play the number 6 seed Tennessee in the Midwest region. Now that we know what that looks like, let's go ahead and let's fill out our brackets for the NCAA men's tournament. This is where shit gets exciting, y'all. I'm going to move it over just a little bit so y'all can see my face as well as the bracket. Let's do this. We're going to start off on the east side. This right here is the toughest part of the damn tournament. Look at these teams. Look at how stacked they are. You got the number 1 seeded Duke, Ohio State, you got TCU, you got St. John's, you got Kansas, you got Louisville, you got Michigan State, you got UCLA, you got UConn. There's no upset happening in the first round except for maybe against Ohio State and TCU. Bruh, Siena is not beating Duke. Duke is beating number 16 seed Siena. Ohio State against TCU. Don't count out TCU. Do not count out TCU. This might be the upset right here. Even though I got faith in Ohio State, I think TCU might take that, so I'm going to go with my gut on that one. St. John's. Shout out to St. John's, who won not only the regular season, but their conference tournament for the second year in a row. Shout out to St. John's and shout out to Rick Pitino for coaching St. John's and turning that whole entire program around. St. John's is beating number 12 seed Northern Iowa. Rick Pitino is not letting them dudes go out like that early. You have the number 4 seeded Kansas against California Baptist, who are seeded at number 13. I got to stop saying ranked. It's the seed. It's the seed. Number 4 seeded Kansas will defeat number 13 seed California Baptist. You have the number 6 seed Louisville against the number 11 seed South Florida. Upset could be pulled right here, y'all. But Louisville's too stacked. You got the number 3 seed Michigan against the number 14th seed North Dakota State. Michigan State is washing them dudes out. Now, right here is going to be a little tricky. You got number 7 seed UCLA against the number 10 seed UCF. UCF does have what it takes. Central Florida, they have what it takes to beat UCLA. But I think UCLA is going to take it. UConn, the number 2 seed UConn against the number 15 seed Furman. UConn has a chip on their shoulder because they got did in the booty by St. John's. I have to say it. That's why I don't care. Say pause all you want. UConn got demolished by St. John's. So UConn knows they got to step up so they don't get hit with an upset if they want to go far. They have the team to do it. Coach Hurley is a good coach and has won multiple titles with this team. They're not letting up in the first round. Moving across the way to the West region. Number 1 seed Arizona, number 16 seed Long Island. Arizona's taking that with ease. You got number 8 Villanova against number 9 Utah State. I didn't really check out Utah State like that to even know how good they are. But being that they're number 9 seed, they're pretty good this year. But I'm going to always go with Villanova because I just know Villanova more than Utah State. I don't think Utah State is going to have just enough to beat Villanova. We have number 5 Wisconsin against number 12 High Point. Wisconsin's going to take that. You got the number 4 seed Arkansas against number 13 seed Iowa. This is John Calipari we're talking about. Coach John Calipari. He knows how to put together elite squads. He knows how to recruit elite freshmen. However, he has had multiple moments where he gets knocked out early in the tournament, whether if that's the first round of 64 or the round of 32. Even when he was at Kentucky, because he's more known for going to at least the Sweet 16, at least the Elite 8. He's made it to multiple Final Fours, but as of recent years, before going to Arkansas, he made it to the Elite 8. So I feel like with this Arkansas team, they can get past the round of 64 and beat Hawaii. I pray to God they do not, because I'm a fan of Coach Cal. I pray to God that they do not get knocked out in the round of 64. It's possible. All right. So let's do this pre-prediction. Number 11 seed Texas against another 11 seed NC State. But I'm going to go and say Texas will beat NC State. So NC State will get knocked off. Texas will move forward in the round of 64 to play BYU. BYU beats Texas. And that'll be a more exciting game. I think BYU against Texas will be more exciting to see than BYU against NC State. I got Texas moving forward to play BYU. BYU is beating Texas. BYU moves forward to the next round. You got the number 3 seed Gonzaga against number 14 seed Kennesaw State. Gonzaga's taking that with ease. Ooh, this is a good one. Number 7 seed Miami against number 10th seed Missouri. This could be where an upset could be done. An upset has to happen somewhere, y'all. Remember that. An upset has to happen somewhere. I predicted my first upset. The number 9 seed TCU to defeat Ohio State. As good as Miami is, Missouri could pull that upset, y'all. So I'm going to go with, I'm gonna go and say Missouri's going to pull that upset. Then you got number 2 Purdue against number 15 Queens. Purdue's taking that with ease. Let's go down south, shall we? Prairie View and Lehigh are tied for the number 16th seed in the first 4. I got Lehigh beating Prairie View to move forward to the round of 64 and play up against the number 1 seed Florida. Florida's going to take them boys out. You have number 8 Clemson against number 9 Iowa. Clemson can beat Iowa. But I'm going to go with Clemson on that one. Iowa can beat Clemson, though. You have number 5 Vanderbilt against number 12 McNeese. Watch McNeese pull a crazy upset and bust everybody's bracket first day. But I'm going to go with Vanderbilt instead. Number 4, Nebraska, the Cornhuskers. It's been a while since we've seen y'all step foot in the NCAA tournament. I'm proud of y'all. But y'all definitely been having bad games throughout the end of the season. You guys had high expectations. And you guys are now faced up against number 13 seed Troy. And because of how the end of the season went for y'all, Troy can pull an upset on you. I looked on Instagram and it said that you guys are the number 1 ranked upset in the South region. I'm going to go against that prediction, and I'm going to say you guys are going to go and beat Troy and at least make it to the round of 32. You guys are down a few players. You guys lost a couple players due to injury, but you guys still have enough to get past Troy. Please get past these dudes. Get a dub in the NCAA tournament. That's a win for me. And then just make it to the round of 32, and we'll see what happens next. You got North Carolina against VCU. North Carolina's taking that. You got Illinois against Penn. They got Penn pulling an upset against Illinois because of what Penn did in the tournament. But I'm going to go Illinois with that one. Illinois got the defense to beat Pennsylvania. St. Mary's against Texas A&M. Texas A&M can beat St. Mary's. They can. That could be an upset right there. But I'm going to go with St. Mary's on that one. Number 2 seed Houston against number 15 seed Idaho. Houston is not losing that. No way in hell they're losing that. Let me scroll back up real quick because I want to see. Better yet, let me go back to the bracket right here. Just for a second, because I want to see what day. I think UMBC and Howard play the first day, I need to watch that game. I need to see how UMBC and Howard play. Only reason why is because both schools are by me. Like I live not too far away from UMBC, and then you got Howard, which is a little bit past DC or just around in the DC area. And I've been to Howard before. I've been to both schools. Like I've been to both campuses, and yeah, that's gonna be an exciting game to watch just for hometown shit. And it sucks that the University of Maryland's men's team isn't on here, but they didn't really have too much of a hot season, so I can understand. So if I had to predict who is going to beat who, damn, that's gonna be tough. I say UMBC is going to beat Howard. UMBC is going to take on Michigan. The number 1 seed Michigan is going to beat the crap out of either team either way. But UMBC will beat Howard. UMBC moves forward to the round of 64 to play the number 1 seed Michigan. The number 1 seed Michigan blows the fuck out of UMBC. Sorry, guys. You got number 8 seed Georgia against number 9 seed St. Louis. I don't really know much about St. Louis's team, but I do know Georgia be having some dogs. So I got to go with Georgia. You got number 5 seed Texas Tech against number 12 seed Akron. Do I believe that Akron has what it takes to beat Texas Tech? Maybe, because they're also voted to pull an upset, but I don't think it's going to be enough. You got the number 4 seed Alabama against the number 13th seed Hofstra. Alabama's taking that out. All right, and this is going to be another first 4. So even though it's more exciting for me to watch UMBC against Howard, it's going to be crazy to watch Miami, Ohio play against SMU. Miami, Ohio had an undefeated season all the way up to the conference tournament, and they lost in their conference tournament. SMU might be looked at as the better team, though. A more experienced team who's made it to the NCAA tournament way more times than Miami, Ohio can count. I'm going to say that Miami, Ohio is going to defeat SMU, move forward to the round of 64 to play the University of Tennessee Volunteers, and then Tennessee is going to beat Miami, Ohio. Miami, Ohio, you had a good run, but you're not getting past the round of 64. And if you do, that'll be a surprising upset because you can continue or restart the win streak like how y'all did all season long up until the conference tournament. But nah, it's not enough to defeat Tennessee. I'm sorry. Number 3 seed Virginia against number 14 seed Wright State. Virginia's taking that. Number 7 seed Kentucky against number 10 seed Santa Clara. Kentucky's taking that. Iowa State against Tennessee State. Okay. Let me just say real quick, Mr. Nolan Smith, sir, congratulations. Not only did you win your conference tournament, you took Tennessee State, turned the program around, and got them to the NCAA tournament. And to that, I salute you, my boy. But unfortunately, that's where your reign. That's where not your reign, but that's where your team stops this season. You guys are going to get knocked out by Iowa State in the round of 64. Iowa State moves forward to play Kentucky. Let's go back up. Round of 32. You got Duke against TCU. Duke is taking that. You got St. John's against Kansas. This is going to be a close game. I'm telling you, it's going to be close. The way St. John's did UConn, St. John's got what it takes to move far. I do believe that they have what it takes to beat Kansas, but I don't think it's going to be enough. The only way Kansas loses is if their star guard gives up or gets put down in the game. If you stop him, you stop the rest of the team. But Kansas knows how to figure stuff out. Just like St. John's, I think Kansas is going to take that, and they're going to move forward to the Sweet 16 to play against Duke. And that's going to be another exciting game. Mind you, this is where it gets tougher. The East region is the toughest one. This is where shit gets real tough. Because check this out. You got Louisville against Michigan State. Michigan State got what it takes to beat Louisville. Of course, they're seeded higher. But so does Louisville. Louisville can beat Michigan State. Did I say Michigan? Did I say that right? I think I did. I don't know. An upset can be pulled, y'all. It's going to be more and more upsets as time goes. Do I believe that Louisville can pull the upset? It's very possible. I'm going to go, you know what? I'm going to go with my gun on this. Louisville's going to pull that upset, and they're going to move forward to the Sweet 16. Louisville will pull the upset. You have UCLA against UConn. UConn is beating UCLA. It's going to be a good game, though. It's going to be a good game. UConn is going to beat UCLA and move on to the Sweet 16. Moving across to the west region, Arizona against Villanova. Villanova can pull this upset, but Arizona got too much. Arkansas against Wisconsin. This is going to be a tough game. Coach Cal, I believe in your team. I'm a fan of you as a coach. I was a big fan when you were at Kentucky. You produced a lot of my favorite players in the league. And you might you're producing more players that go to the league because you got like one or two guys that already came out of Arkansas. Unfortunately, I think Wisconsin are going to take you guys out. I'm sorry. I think Wisconsin is going to take you guys out and go against Arizona in the Elite Eight. You got BYU against Gonzaga now. This is going to be a good game. You do not want to count out the Zags, but at the same time, you do not want to count out BYU. BYU is good, but their star guy, I forgot. I can't say that dude's last name to save my life. Y'all know who I'm talking about. But he cannot be a one-man show in order to play against Gonzaga. So I think BYU is going to stop there and Gonzaga is going to beat them and move on to the Elite Eight. Then you have number 2, Purdue against Missouri. Missouri, you're going to pull that first upset, but you're not going to upset Purdue. Purdue moves forward to the Elite Eight to play against Gonzaga. Let's move down to the South. Number 1 seed, Florida against number 8 seed, Clemson. I'm going to go ahead and say that Florida is going to take that game. I don't think Clemson is going to beat Florida. You got number 5, Vanderbilt against Nebraska. Nebraska, for those that don't know, my home state is Nebraska. I currently reside out here in the DMV. Been out here for more than 15 years. But my home state where I was born in, take my black card away, I don't care. I was born in Omaha, Nebraska. Now the University of Nebraska is in Lincoln though. But I don't like to go against the hometown, but due to circumstances, due to how the team has been looking throughout the second half of the season, you guys had an impressive run. This is probably your best season in a very, very long time. But Vanderbilt is going to take you guys out. I want y'all to make it to the Sweet 16. If anything, I hope that this prediction is wrong. You know what I'm saying? Out of all the predictions I'm making right here, I hope this is wrong. I would be happy if y'all win. But I don't think so. I think Vanderbilt's going to take y'all out. You got North Carolina against Illinois. Illinois can beat North Carolina. And because North Carolina is the bigger name and the bigger program, I do believe that they can take out Illinois. So I think North Carolina has what it takes to pull the upset here and beat Illinois. Then you got St. Mary's and Houston, another a possible upset. But I don't believe St. Mary's is going to beat Houston. Houston is just way too fucking stacked right now. Houston, even though they play team ball, when they run and gun, they play like a goddamn AAU team. I swear they do. Now we move over to the Midwest. Georgia is going to give Michigan a run for their money. Georgia is known for that. But I think Michigan is going to continue on to the Elite Eight. Alabama against Texas Tech. Alabama's taking that. Tennessee against Virginia. Tennessee can beat them. That might be a new upset right there. So I'm going to go ahead and say, I want to say Virginia. I'll say Virginia. Tennessee can beat them, though. You got Kentucky against Iowa State Cyclones. I think they're going to beat Kentucky. Let's go back up. Y'all with me here? Y'all with me? So, number 1 Duke against number 4 Kansas. That's going to be a game. Kansas can beat Duke. Duke is down 2 guys, but Duke was able to take care of business. Not only win the regular season, but also they won the ACC tournament without their two guys. Not the twins, not the brothers, not the Boozer brothers. I think they were down one guard and one forward, if not both of them are guards. I forgot their names. And the way Duke has been able to figure things out, they can go far. Will it be enough to beat Kansas? Will it be enough to beat Kansas? I'm telling y'all, this is going to be a game. I'll say yes. I'll say yes. I'll say yes for now, but I won't be surprised if I'm wrong. They go to the Final Four. No, they go to the Elite Eight. I'm sorry. Over here, I kept saying they go to the Sweet 16. I'm sorry. No, they go to the Sweet 16. They go to the Elite Eight. They go to the Elite Eight. Louisville against UConn. UConn can get wiped out. They lost against St. John's like crazy. Louisville can pull that upset. But I want to see Duke against UConn. That's just going to be a more exciting game. Let's move over to the West region. Arizona against Wisconsin. Wisconsin can pull that upset. But Arizona's too stacked, and they got a lot of experience on their team. Gonzaga against Purdue. This might be Gonzaga's stop. I'm going to go with Purdue here. Florida against Vanderbilt. We're down in the South. We're down south. Florida against Vanderbilt. I'm going to go Florida. North Carolina against Houston. I'm going to go Houston. Michigan in the Midwest against Alabama. Michigan. Yeah, Virginia against Iowa State. I'm going Iowa State. Ooh, Virginia might take it, but I'm going to go Iowa State. Now we are in the Elite Eight. Let's go back up. UConn against Duke. UConn might give Duke a run for their money. I think this is where Duke stops. UConn is going to go to the Final Four. Damn, but that loss to St. John's, I might have to think about that one. I might come back to this one. You got Arizona and Purdue. Arizona, I enjoy what y'all been doing, but an upset has to be pulled again somewhere. I think Purdue is going to take y'all out. We go down south. I want to see Houston beat Florida. That's just my own personal preference. I think Florida will beat them, but I want Houston to beat them. So, boom. Houston is going to the Final Four against UConn. I want to see Michigan go to the Final Four again and handle some fucking business. Like, Michigan, can you please go to the Final Four and win? Be the program that wins. Y'all haven't won anything since 1989 or 1990, one of the two. And then you had the Fab Five with Jalen Rose, Chris Webber, oh my God, Juwan Howard. Oh, snap. Oh, shoot. I know these names. Oh, fuck. I mean, they're the bigger names, obviously. I forgot the other two names. Forgive me, guys. But the Fab Five. Altogether, I can't get the names out right now, the last two guys. I got to look it up. But make those dudes proud. They made it to the Final Four 2 times in a row. Lost both times, don't get me wrong, but they made it 2 times in a row. And then the last time I seen Michigan in the Final Four was when they had Trey Burke on the squad. When they had Nick Stauskas on the squad. You feel me? Made it all the way to the Final Four. I think Glenn Robinson the second or the third made it to the Final Four. Made it to the championship. Lost to Louisville that year. Make them dudes proud. Make it to the championship again. I want Houston to beat UConn. I want it to be Michigan against Houston. Now, I'm going Houston, taking the Final Four championship. Now, let me take this off real quick. Let me go back. Let me take this off, though. Wait, stop. How do I take this off? All right. I just want to take it off real quick. So, I still got Houston. I still got Michigan. It's this UConn decision right here. It's this one right here. This is what's getting me, because I want to say Duke is going, because it would be cool to see Duke against Houston. But UConn can beat Duke. But the way that UConn got their ass beat by St. John's, I don't know, bro. I might stick with this. So I'll go Duke against Houston, Michigan against Purdue. Michigan beats Purdue to go to the Final Four championship. Houston beats Duke to go to the Final Four championship. And as much as I want to see Michigan finally fucking win, I'm going with Houston. Either way. So, this is my prediction for the NCAA men's tournament bracket. y'all get a look at the first half, the East region and the West region. Y'all let me know how that looks. Let me know who y'all got. Let me know what changes y'all would make. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and get y'all looks in. 3, 2, 1. Let's go down to the bottom half, to the South region and the Midwest region. Go ahead and get yourselves a good look. Let me know what y'all think. Let me know what changes y'all would make. Let me know if y'all think that any of these picks are going to be right or wrong. My bracket is going to get busted either way. I just don't know which game is going to bust my bracket. I don't know. But y'all let me know what y'all think. Okay? Y'all see it? And then let's go back to the center. Final four. You got Duke against Houston. Purdue against Michigan. I got Michigan beating Purdue. I got Houston beating Duke. I got Houston playing against Michigan. And I got Houston beating Michigan. Let me know what y'all think about this prediction. Let me know what y'all think about the entire bracket. We are going to submit. And I'm going to tell y'all this again. Each pick that I make, I'm also going to put on FanDuel. And I might get DraftKings again. And I'm going to put some picks on DraftKings. And I might do like something where like I'll do multiple tickets. So that way I won't do too much of a big ticket. And if I believe or if I have doubts with any of my picks, I'm going to do opposite picks for different tickets and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm definitely going to go FanDuel crazy on here because yeah, it's just fun to do during the NCAA tournament. And yeah, this is my pick. This is my bracket for the NCAA tournament, the men's NCAA tournament. And we'll see how it goes. We will see how it goes.